I am your host, Emelina Calder. And today I just wanted to shoot a quick energy update video for you guys for the week. It was called to send the energy through so you know what's coming for this week. If you're new, my name is Emelina. I am a cosmic shaman, a way shower, a guide, an intuitive, a psychic medium, a high performance life and transformation coach, and a personal branding coach. And here to help you step into the next level version of your life, to create the life of your dreams in a very practical way, which involves negating the false self, stepping into the true self, and inviting your soul into your spiritual, human, very human, practical experience every moment of every day. And if you guys haven't heard yet or haven't picked it up, I have a free meditation that I will link below after this reading. That is immelina.com/meditation. It was channeled from the Royal Sacred Dragon families in the cosmic land of things, or the Akashic records. And it's the sacred rainbow flame of creation, and it helps establish, reestablish, and reconnect you to your original connection to source consciousness without any interference. So there's that. I think you're gonna really enjoy that. And I also just launched a new one-to-one mentorship program on transformation coaching for 6 months. It is called the Phoenix, and it is gonna be a really wild, amazing ride of helping you reduce the false self of the false version of yourself down to ash, with support from me, with support from your spiritual guides and your spiritual teams, and source, which is really reducing the egoic version of yourself, stepping into an ego death. And this is something that I've practiced over and over and over again. And any of you that have been through any level of spiritual awakening know exactly what it is to step into an ego death. And it feels like a very real death because it's a death of character. And stepping into the version of yourself that you create that is downloaded and synced up with the authentic version of you in your 5D, fifth dimensional soul self. It is essentially the highest version of yourself, the highest awakened available expressions and timelines that you have available for yourself. And learning how to intuit that, understand it, step into it, activate it, and then actually move it through your heart space into your practical world, while teaching your ego how to stay in step and in sync with you, without throwing or thrashing too much of a fit or going into very self-sabotaging behaviors. If you're interested in any or all of that, or you feel guided, go check out the link in the description below. The website is immelina.com/thephoenix. No spaces or anything. So without further ado, let me jump right into the reading here. I went around my apartment and I was like, which crystal wants to support this reading for this week? And this is a phantom, oh my gosh, what are they called? A phantom amethyst. And the way that these work, and there's lots of rainbows in here too. This is a really incredible crystal. Anyway, she is going to be facilitating, alongside Source, the transmission that's actually sent to you guys. And let me say hello, hi. Okay, I want to say your name the right way. I'm sorry if I don't. Marzal? Let me know if I said that right. Yes, this is live. Thank you. Well, thank you for joining me and for your comments, and I'm happy you're here. But yeah, so this guy is a phantom amethyst, and they have a trajectory of growth. This actually is totally in line with the Phoenix energy. And if you notice, the growth stops, and the heat and the transition and whatever conditions created this crystal completely change, so that it has to change its ascension track. This is an ego death for the crystal. And then it has to transition into new experiences, new paradigms, new territory, new understanding. And even literally look at the difference between the dark and the light. So the consciousness that made this crystal was moving through a certain amount of darkness, hit the peak of that, had an ego death, made a complete transition and change with the surrounding environment, obviously, that created the heat and pressure to create this crystal. And then it moved into lighter aspects of itself to complete its development. So this is how the Phoenix energy works as well. And this is clearly the energy read for this week, is that you are moving through some level of a big big transformation. And I don't just mean a physical transformation. I'm really speaking to an egoic transformation. The way that you relate to yourself and your authority and your public facing image, what people think and feel of you, is changing. And a version of you is dying. And there will be a grieving process with that this week, but they're showing me very clearly, and I'm in my Law of One channel, and I connected with them before I turned on the video. They're showing me that there's less attention on the release in this process for this week specifically and through the rest of the month. And these energies, the release energies, are activated by your claiming your right to what you want, by you claiming your destiny, by you claiming your personal integrity, personal authority, highest aspects, highest awakened versions of yourself, your 5D self, so that you can just make a smooth transition between your previous darkness, your previous conditioning, and your lighter aspects of yourself, the aspects of yourself where everything just goes well. Things just work out for you. Like you don't even know how, but the synchronicity of the universe is just shuffling the right circumstances, events, people, places, and situations to you. And you're like, how is this even happening? You know? And that's because you have allowed your ego to release and claim. You can use the power of the ego to claim your highest aspects. The ego isn't something you want to destroy and get rid of. It's something that you want to train like a dog. You know, you want to love your ego. Your ego is helpful. It's part of the development that keeps you in your human experience. So how can you train your ego to get on board with what you want to activate in your life and not what you've been trained to encounter? So the ego is developed when we're very young, and our egos take on a specific identity or expression based on the environments that we lived in. So I'm just trying to think to give you like a quick example. Maybe I can relate it to me. My ego is it can take one of two expressions, I think. I have a very powerful ego where when I was 4.5, I made a decision that I had to be in charge of my ability to survive, and I had to be in control. So my ego, one of my ego expressions is like, I got it, don't worry about it. Oh, I'll take the world. Yeah, no, that's fine. Oh, I have the power to be able to do that. Do I actually? Who the F knows? Like, who knows? But my ego seems to think I do. And then another flip ego expression, which is, you know, it makes sense when they come in the archetypes, it'll be the opposite of this. And you'll have to just take my examples to reflect on your own personal experience to figure out what this is for you. The other egoic expression I have is a severe victim. And she plays very small and is like, oh, I'm not worthy of any attention. No one should see me. I will be as humble as can be. I don't need any credit. I'll fly under the radar. And that's the other version of my ego, is this like, it's the opposite of what most people would think is more egoic. It's a very small ego. My ego likes to either play very small or take everything on and assume that I'm capable. So, which we are capable, to be honest, but that's my ego. The capability comes from God. It comes from source. It comes from, I have a post-it on my wall that says, God will do it for you. Like, that power comes from God, not really from my self-will. And that's something that I have to remind myself frequently. So sit and reflect with what your egoic expression might be so you can understand those aspects of yourself that sometimes love to run a train wreck on control in your environment. What else do I want to say about that, Spirit? What do you want to say through me? There's a magnetism in understanding your ego and allowing your ego to take a seat of authority. The ego really will love this. This is how you can employ your ego, how you can train your ego to work for you, not against you. Where you say, all right, ego, what do you want? You want visibility? You want a lot of attention? Well, here are some constructive ways that I would like that attention. Why don't we just light a fucking fire under our ass right now and go for it? Oh, I just saw you, Drea, too. I caught your email. I'm gonna email you back. Yes, totally relate to your comment. I love you guys. I'm so happy you're here. Okay, let me jump back over. So ego, Spirit, what else do we want to do? We want to use the power and drive and passion and force of the ego to break through the initial, gosh, a dam almost. It's almost like the road is clear. Spirit has cleared the roads for us and what we want to create, and has made it simple and easy too. But because of our own internal resistance and ideas of what we think is possible for ourselves, it's like we've built up a barricade in front of ourselves. This is what the ego does in the sabotaging mechanisms that we kind of do behind the scenes with the shadow. And it's almost like you have to use your ego to drill the hole and just bust through your barricade. And then once you get through your own initial barricade of like resistance, disaster, whatever we've created, I just saw that literally flip, so I'm gonna catch it. The Destroyer card. This is literally what I'm talking about, is the Destroyer. Once we get through that initial barricade, then Spirit can take over. And Spirit can show us through more synchronicities. This is the direction to go. So if you feel like you might be confused right now on whether or not Spirit's talking to you enough, because it might sound like your ego, because it kind of is your ego. Because your ego needs to build up enough power and gumption right now to make the change over, to destroy, completely wipe out the old. And this is a volcano. So it's about this week, take the underlying power and passion, anger and spirit drive, and drive it forward towards what you want. Drive it forward towards the direction of the life that you absolutely deserve. And stop giving your ego the power of saying, oh, that's not for me. Oh, maybe later. Oh, that's someone else's life. Oh, I don't know. Like, get rid of it and take the power of the ego, the gumption, the gusto, they're showing the anger, the fire, the fury, and say, it's for me. I fucking decide it's for me. I'm going to go get it. Watch me, world. I don't even care. And allow it to build and erupt towards your dreams and goals, not towards destroying your life or keeping you small. I am also going to set the standards for the energetics here. Take what resonates, leave the rest. This is a generic reading, collective reading. If this resonates, wonderful, take it. If it doesn't, sift through with your own consciousness, your grain of salt. If it doesn't feel right, it's not right for you. And part of this message might relate and the rest might not, and that's okay. You'll get exactly what you need to get from your spirit team. So destroy what's standing in the way, bust through your barriers and your blockades, and allow your ego to use its drive and force and passion in order to break through. They just flipped it. I'm not pulling all those cards. Come on. One Spirit. Tell me the rest of the week. What are our weekly themes? And I'm going to try to keep this video a little bit on the shorter end. I know I can run long. The athlete. Okay, let me sit with this. What do you guys got? They're further emphasizing this is like that version of the ego that I was talking about that can break through. Is that it? Tell me more, Spirit. It's actually the higher aspects of yourself, which is what's being shown in the athlete archetype. And those higher aspects are accessed through the ego, actually, that they're showing me. The ego, the lighter shades, the lighter aspects of the ego are being able to see a brighter future that you deserve and that you powerfully deserve inherently, and that you are willing to move through whatever obstacles to fucking crush out of the way in order to step into the life that you deserve. They are showing me this in terms of being an Olympian, okay? An athlete. We're not talking like an athlete that occasionally does something. This is a level of consistency, of growth, of spiritual development, of personal development, where you are training and toning the muscles in your body, which etherically and spiritually means you are training and toning the skills, the talents, and the capabilities that you will need to get you where you want to go, to bring you the life of your dreams. And if you want to be an Olympic swimmer and you've never gotten into a swimming pool, or you've just like I've got like my T-Rex arms, treaded water around, but you expect to be Olympic swimmer material, like there's going to be a progression of work. Now, if you really want this in the scenario, if you really want to be an Olympic swimmer, it is your absolute dream life, then you will use your ego and your shadow and your power in the deep-seated areas of your root, your sacral, and your solar plexus to clear out any of the blocks that stand in the way, to create the micro habits every single fucking day and become the person that is that Olympic swimmer. If that is your dream, you will make that happen. If you are on the spiritual path, doing your spiritual work, which is about, again, toning, focusing on, and developing the skills, habits, talents, traits, and the identity of the version of yourself that has the life that you want. So you have to know where you're going. You have to know what life it is that you are creating. Create a vision board. I know that is so overdone online, I don't even care. It just is what it is. My guides had me do this a couple weeks ago. Literally pop on I do it on my computer. I open the Keynote app in Mac and I pull in screenshots and I literally look things up online to find images and I just drag them in and I go, what do I want the feeling of my life in the next 2 years to look like? What am I reaching for? What do I expect? And I drop those images on the vision board. I export it as a JPEG and a PDF, and I save it as the desktop to my computer and the desktop to my phone wallpaper. And I look at that every day and just feel the feeling of the new identity. I also print out a statement that's up on my wall that also emphasizes the new identity. So I am a wealthy woman. I am a self-made multimillionaire entrepreneur. Use I am statements, do 5 to 6, print them out, put them on your wall and read them every day. And that is like the verbal vision. And then expect that spirit's gonna clear the way. This will look a lot like your ego and that's okay. This will also look a lot like your ego and that's okay. You know, the athlete are like your ego stepping into the highest aspects of yourself. What do I deserve? What do I demand from this world? And then the way that the ego gets out of the way, because this is your free will, right? This is your self-will, is you invite divine will. You say, as God's will, right? Like in coordinates with source, in coordinates with my spiritual team, as you would have it. You know, they're not trying to force you into some weird track of spiritual personal development. Source wants you to have the life that you want. And if you really want to be something specific, source will get behind you. It just depends on what your goals are. So if that vision of you being, we'll go back to the Olympic athlete. If that vision of you being an Olympic athlete is far from your current reality, then there's going to be a lot of tower moments. There's going to be a lot of destruction, and you have to be okay with it. As spirit is rearranging your life circumstances to get you where you want to go. Obviously, that is also best to be in sync and in line with your 5D spiritual soul self. There are certain expressions that are more 3D egoic versus like what the soul actually wants to create. So at this point, and you're just gonna have to take what resonates and maybe sit in meditation with this, you wanna sit with what your soul wants from you, not just necessarily like what validation or what you wanna prove to this world. Like, what does your soul want? And that expression might be very different than what your ego wants. And you gotta, again, this message isn't for everyone. Take what resonates, leave the rest. This is a very, what would I call this? Subtle message. You're going to have to read into the dynamics that apply specifically to you. What came out was the trickster card as well. Spirit, what do you want to say about this? Remember that the ego likes to play tricks. All right. Some of those tricks might be you playing small. Some of those tricks might be being really robust. I could take all the sun. I got you. Like, some of that ego could be, I don't need help. You know, like there's so many different expressions. Also, somebody please, like, I haven't stepped into a comedy mic in a minute, but like, God, I have so much I need to like channel on stage, these different characters. So anything else on the trickster energy? Just be mindful of the trickster energy. When you catch it, just remember to give it back up to source. I surrender. I give it up to divine will. Show me what I need to know. I pray for that which I don't know to ask for. Always give it up to your spiritual team over and over and over and over again. Okay, I'm actually gonna pull one more of these and then. Anything the collective most needs to know right now for this week ahead. This also is a timeless reading. So whenever you're watching this will be when you need to hear this message. The Liberator. Okay, freeing yourself and others from out-modeled beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. This is all very centered around the ego this week. See your ego as a sword, all right? And you can use that sword to imprison yourself or free yourself. You can use that sword to imprison others or free others. Ask for discernment. Ask for your spiritual team to show you the subtle differences in how your personal ego works and the tricks that it plays and where the power lies in your ego to actually help you to break through. Your ego can be a liberator. It depends on how you use it. And this is also your ego coming in as a trickster to think that you can do this by yourself. You cannot do this by yourself. You have to give this over to divine will. So with me saying this reading and getting this collective reading, what I'm going to do for myself is turn it over all day today, tomorrow, all week. I'm going to be like, I know my ego's running a show right now. Help me to see the subtle differences between the shadow aspects and the light aspects of my ego. Help me to release the shadow aspects permanently. Help me to embrace that death in an easy way. Help me to claim my destiny, knowing what my destiny is, what movements I need to make this week that are in the highest good for myself and all involved, in coordinates with the laws of free will, in respect to the free will of all of the humans that I affect, all those around me, all those involved with me. What do we most need to know right now for this week, Spirit? Where's the collective most need to know? Sometimes they throw too many out. I'm just gonna take the ones that flipped right side up. The golden egg. So immediately when I'm getting the download on for your spiritual awareness to know what is ego and what is spirit. The ego lives in the mind, spirit lives in the heart. Okay, so what you can do as a quick visualization, I literally do this every day. I've been doing it for years. Whatever works for you, you got to get your consciousness into your heart space. The ego doesn't live in the heart. If you can get your consciousness to breathe through your heart and to think, feel, and hear and see through your heart space, you will be able to sidestep your own ego interference as well as the interference of others. So you can visualize yourself in your third eye as a little human. I just see a little baby person behind my eyes and see them enter an elevator. Okay, beautiful ornate elevator doors. See the doors open, step into the elevator and click the button that says heart chakra, heart space, okay? Click the button. And then visualize yourself descending in the elevator, going all the way down your spine. You can do this in 30 seconds. And have a drop into your heart. And feel as your presence transitions into your heart space. See the elevator doors open and walk into the sacred gardens of the heart. They frequently do look like garden spaces. So I'm walking myself into a beautiful oasis in a rose garden. It's a very 5D Pleiadian looking territory for myself. And that's how you can bring yourself into your heart space. And I literally just felt my ego leave. So now I'm more heart-centered. That's how you can tell the difference between divine will and free will. And then from the heart space, make the decisions that you need to make, move forward through the blockages after your mind has done what it's needed to do. Bring your awareness into your heart. Another visualization you can do is focusing on this golden egg. This is actually the golden egg of the Akasha, of the Akashic records, and see that golden egg and the golden cosmic light from the universe completely surround you, nourishing you, filling in every gap in between your arc body, cleansing and clearing anything that is no longer of service for you, and inviting your highest timelines, your highest available essence and energy to you now. What popped up right behind that was the starfish card. This is about being seen. This is about being highly attractive, seeing yourself as highly attractive, allowing people to see you as being highly attractive, both physically and your energy. The starfish is more of a superficial on the surface card. So this is telling me A lot of you guys are going to be doing things that are very public. You're going to be seen very publicly. You're going to be attracting a lot of physical attraction, attention. And just remember that that attention can also go deeper, and you can allow that to go deeper and support you energetically, spiritually, emotionally, as well. What else do you guys want to say on that? I heard the word vibrance. It's about understanding that your attractiveness, how your energy and your body takes form physically, is sacred. There actually is nothing superficial about that. And that when people compliment you on how attractive you are, receive it as a full body activation, because they might just see something that's attractive in you physically, but that's not actually what they're speaking to. That's just the very surface. And they're telling me even the most basic of people will give these compliments moving forward to you guys. And it's about taking the compliment as if they were to say, you have the most attractive energy I've ever seen. I can tell that you've been really hauling ass in your spiritual development work, and that you really have put in the work, and you should be really proud of yourself. You look amazing. That's a glow I wish I had. And now you've inspired me to go create that glow within myself. That's essentially the full-fledged compliment that's coming through. Anything else, you guys, on the star and the golden egg before I bring the new card in? This is about allowing your power to be seen in a safe way. Externally. So I wouldn't normally say this, but this message is coming clearly through for those of you that this resonates with. You can wear your power externally. You can wear your heart on your sleeve without being naive. That softness, that love, is not just vulnerability. People often mistake it for a weakness, but it's actually, I don't know how to describe it. It's a robust strength. It's like a muscle, like the heart muscle being strong, being worked. And what's funny is, like, people automatically assume the heart is soft. The heart, depending on how you work it, can be like an Olympic athlete. And that's what this like golden egg card is. Like, they're showing me a strong heart. And a strong heart moves through the heart with significant bravery, like the lion is very courageous. And that courage is not something to look at lightly. There's a lot of power that comes from the heart. I'm so happy you guys are enjoying this. Amazing. That's always, everything always drops in on what you need when you need it, right? That's always how it works. I love that. Okay. The horse is coming forward next. And this is giving me a few things. One, rapid action. They are telling me move forward with speed and accuracy as quickly as you can download. So the moon in the horse's third eye is the spiritual download. Download the energy. You guys are getting really loud and clear, intuitive messages, and immediately allow it to flow through into action. Take fast action. Normally that would require more reflection, and that's not what Spirit is saying now. Spirit is saying, Spirit is running the show. If you're watching this video and this resonates, like, Spirit is running your show. You are hand in hand with Source, with God. And God is saying, stop second guessing any of the shit that I'm sending you in your mind. Move it forward. If you are second guessing it, drop into your heart and feel the frequency and say, does this feel right? Very simply, does this feel right? Is this what I want? Is this how I want to move forward? Does this feel right to me? And allow the fully matured version of yourself to then take that information, trust yourself, trust your actions, and immediately move into action. Do not second guess any action. Do not be attached to any action either, because they're showing me that the rapid fire actions are important for them to get you where you need to go. As if you were jumping in a car. This is you in Spirit. You're jumping in a car, you put into the GPS destination. This is the life that I want, and this is what I want right now. And Spirit's like, all right, you gotta turn the car on. Put your foot on the gas, take your foot off the brake, you know, make a left out of your driveway. That's the first action. Like, don't second guess these actions. That could be posting a new program. That could be signing up for a new program. That could be, you guys, I don't know what it could be signing up. They're showing me a lot of exercise, you know, actually flexing, moving through movement in your muscles will actually help to train your consciousness to be in a very similar state of positive expectation. And then it's like, okay, make the left turn on this street, make the right turn, stay on this street for 3.5 miles. Like, it's taking you to your destination in the quantum space. And the directions come through as inspiration with the impulse to act. If you don't act, you're missing the turns. You have to move through in the action. And I wrote a post-it note yesterday that I wanted to talk about at some point. But again, this is the message for the right person at the right time, because there are subtleties to this. But thought blocks spirit. If you're thinking or you're talking, you're not listening. You're not moving. Okay? Don't think so much. Allow it to move through you into immediate response, into immediate action. Stop thinking. Even those of us that are real spiritual and very psychic, like, my channel has told me, like, chill on the auditory downloads, like chill on the clairvoyance and the clair audience, and just move into the clairsentience, which is just the knowing. Just move through the action, knowing that if you had the thought and you're in step with spirit, that thought is a spiritual thought and is asking you to move forward quickly and efficiently. Do you have any last parting message on this specific deck for this week? What does the collective most need to know this week to step forward in their most radiant, authentic selves, their highest timelines? The dragon. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is like big cosmic awareness, cosmic awakening. If you guys were wondering, this is the week for a quantum leap. And actually not just one quantum leap. They're showing me you leapfrogging through the quantum. I'm also being told, for those of you that resonate with it, the dragons are very present this year. They've been very present the last 1.5 years. The dragon families cosmically, and we just entered the year of the dragon. Totally makes sense that they've been ramping up for this. You can ask to be connected to the dragon families that are associated with your soul family. Ask for them to start culturing and nurturing your energy for your highest timelines and your highest levels of awakening in your human experience while you sleep. This is about turning on your cosmic DNA in your human experience, which is about releasing struggle and moving through automatic response in the physical, automatic action that is spiritual action that bypasses the centers of the mind, the psychic mental centers, so that you can literally move, spirit moves through you into immediate action. You can, of course, use spiritual awareness through the mental territory, but it adds a lot of time. There's a lot of mental processing that has to happen. It will prevent the quantum leaps from happening as quickly as you'd like. And I'm being told, prepare for rapid quantum leaps. We're talking soulmates entering your life. We're talking huge up levels in relationship. We are talking big cash windfalls. We are talking starting new businesses. We are talking promotions. We are talking buying new homes. We're talking like big things, you guys. The big visions. Spirit is clearing the way. The dragons are clearing the way for this year. 2024 is the number 8. It's a huge year of prosperity and opulence. Step into it. Claim it. Prepare for it. Prepare for the realization that your life is about to completely change, borderline overnight. Whether that is now, whether or not that is later this week, whether it's later this month, or whether this message is for you in 6 months, I'm not entirely sure. You're going to know. You're going to get a spiritual awakening and understanding in your third eye. And don't think about it too much, because that's how we introduce resistance. That's how we introduce time lags. These quantum leaps are here. Leapfrog. Get out of your way. Don't think, just act. Trust that the actions are coming from the place of inspiration from spirit. If you are questioning where the actions are coming from, just tune into your heart space, okay? Drop into your heart, breathe, and say, is this what I want? Is this the right action? Don't overthink it. If you're like me, I'll ask a million questions up there in my Akashic records. They won't let me do it anymore. They're like, Emily, get out. Just go take the action. I'm like, okay. I love this card so much. This hasn't come up for me in a long time. Okay, cool. I'm gonna pull a couple more. Let me pull a crystal card, and then I'll pull my prayer cards for you guys for this week. What does the collective most need to know right now? Actually, they're telling me I don't need the crystal cards. And they're ready to close out the channel. So give me a couple quick prayer cards. Spirit's like, all right, on with the show. Claim your light. Your higher self is a beautiful dragon. Yes. Oh my God, you guys. Nice to meet you, Jason. Happy to have you here. Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much for jumping on this live, and for everyone that's gonna be watching this, thanks for being here. I am happy, humbled, and honored to support you in receiving any cosmic messaging that your spiritual team has guided through this collaborative effort through me. Okay, what do we most need to know this week, Spirit? Give us the real down and dirty. Like, don't be light unless we gotta be light. Like, you know, hit this home. Tell us what we most need to know right now. Help us get out of our way. Help us claim our right, claim our destiny, claim our birthright, claim our wealth, claim our success in absolutely every way. May we all quantum leap this week with support from our loved ones near and far, from our spiritual guides, our spiritual teams. May we step into our quantum leaps with ease, not think about it, walk through the portal with ease, almost unknowing, and just claim everything on the other side. Your treasure is here. I pray to occupy a state of divine victory. You are victorious. Every morning say, I am victorious. I have won. I am in a state of victory. I pray to release the need to know and to flow. The need to know is the ego. The need to know is trying to understand the outcome before it happens. Just go with the flow. The flow, again, is the inspiration coming through from spirit out of your heart and moving into action. I pray for peace of mind. This isn't always an easy process. The spiritual awakening can feel crunchy. You guys are in the process of a demolition and rebuilding an entirely new foundation for your 5D spiritual awareness and self for the life of your dreams. There's nothing easy about that. It is a demolition process. Pray for peace of mind through the process so that you can feel at ease. I pray that anything not meant for me is gently released and taken from me with grace. We have a tendency to cling to things that we think we need, that we think we want, and that actually are terrible for us. This frequently comes in the form of relationships and people. And I know how hard it is. I have let go of every single person I've ever loved in every way that I've been guided to from spirit. So I'm saying this from experience. I know and understand what it is to let go and to allow God and spirit to fill its place and to bring in the people that I'm supposed to be aligned with at this time. There are people for different seasons in your life. They could be here now. They might not be here later. You could have a very deep connection now. Be okay with it. Be okay with it. Be okay with the now. They're here for you now. You're receiving what you need now. But allow whatever's not meant for you to be gently taken from you. Of course, we don't want to feel this like big pull because it'll create a very dramatic effect in our energy. But pray that spirit gently takes away that which is not for you. Last parting messages. I'm going to pull two more, spirit. What does the collective most need to know right now? I say two. All right. You guys witnessed this. I said I'm going to pull two more cards, and spirit said, here's 6. Shut the F up. If we are the ones running the show, Emily. They're not that mean. I just like to be like that. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm very extra. I pray for infinite protection. That's how much we need the protection. I literally am stumbling. I pray for infinite protection. The time guardians are stepping in for you guys. They're the guardians of quantum time space, because as you're making these jumps, interference, lower level forces, even generational energies can try to step in and reroute you away from your destiny path because you're in a travel mode. They're showing me it's like pirates hijacking energy lines. I'm not saying that to you to put you into fear. They're telling me to tell you that these jumps, these quantum jumps, need some serious levels of spiritual protection, pray for fucking protection. I'm not messing around with you guys here. This is a big deal. This tells me that you guys are jumping some very serious quantum timelines, especially for the time guardians to walk in a collective reading. They walk in my personal readings when we're doing big work. They just walked in on a collective reading. They are protecting you. They are protecting your highest timelines. I pray for infinite protection. I pray to remove any third party, psychic, mental, or other interference. Pray that all interference is removed. Your work is God's work. Your timelines are God's timelines. You are stepping into your highest timelines with spirit. You are completely protected. No interference will come to you in any way. Just claim that. I pray to receive. Pray to receive grace. Pray to receive your destiny. Pray to see the portals that you need to see. Pray to receive that which you don't need, that which you don't know to ask for. And actually, they almost had me slip and say, that which you don't need to know to ask for. You don't even need to know what to ask for. How beautiful is that? Spirit's gonna fill in the gaps. Pay attention. Look for the synchronicities. Pay attention to things going well, especially this week, next week. This has to do with the year of the dragon portal that's open. The dragons are ushering us into new timelines. They're actually showing me the earth is shutting down. Not like, they're not fallen timelines, but they are soon to be fallen timelines. That's why there's so much interference running. There's a lot of darkness running in between that will try to get you any way that it can. It can't, by the way. God's protection is real. I am very adamant about that, and I am an example of that. God's protection is real. Nobody can get one up on you. Not when God's running the show. And here, I pray that God will do it for me. Okay, whatever you've got on your plate, XYZ thing. They're not giving me examples. Anything that you are currently struggling with, give it to source. God will do it for me. It's not up to you to figure it out. You are not figuring it out, okay? God's figuring it out, and God's going to tell you what that plan is, and then you're going to act on it. I pray to see 3 physical signs today that I will know and that I will understand. I pray to see 3 physical signs today to show me my path, to show me the next right action, to show me what I need to do, who I need to be, what's coming for me, what I should look out for. Ask for 3 practical, tangible signs in your waking reality that you can't miss, that they are so loud that you will see them and you will get the message immediately. They sent me so many cards. Oh no, that was it. Okay, that was it. Sorry, that was it. So anyway, I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, I'll take 2 more cards. And they sent me 1, 2, 3, 4. They sent me 5. They're like, here, this is what you need, Emelina. What else do you guys want to run through me? Anything? They're like, do something fun, Emelina. You've done this for all of it. What do you want? And I'm like, which of my decks do I want? I'm going to pull one more. Happy Valentine's Day, you guys. Love yourself. First and foremost, let the world love you. That's coming through very clearly. Let the world love you. You are so lovable. And a lot of us block it because we weren't loved that much as kids or with people around. I'm not going to get into specifics. You know what I mean? Let the world love you. Strangers. Random people. Subs on the internet. Let people love you. In whatever way that's going to work for you. They just popped out too. Okay. Release. Let go. Allow the previous identity where things were hard, where you were struggling, to leave. Grieve if you need to, but I don't think you're going to need to grieve. There's going to be so much rapid, fast action that you're going to be taking that you're not going to have time to grieve, because Spirit actually doesn't want you to grieve right now. Spirit just wants you to move forward in your authentic power and your authentic truth. Take the action. Take the inspirations that you get this week. Lead yourself forward. Allow yourself to lead others if that's what you're being asked to do. Rapid fire action. Do not think, just do. Allow God to take care of the problems for you. Be the immediate vessel that just moves the spiritual insight into immediate action without getting in the way. That's what I've got for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Illuminating Crossroads, I saw you with 1144. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. These are the energetics for this week. Happy everything. Happy year of the dragon. Happy quantum leaping. You are so protected. The fact that you are hearing my voice, and this is a transmission. I always ask them to be transmissions for you guys on behalf of Source. You are protected just in the fact that you are in this frequency bubble. Your quantum leap is protected. It is guarded by spirit, by Source, by your spiritual teams, by the highest teams of love and light, highest levels of awareness for yourself. Your highest timelines are protected and your paths are being cleared. This is going to be an easy week. It doesn't mean it's going to be a week without effort. Move, 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 move. That's what you got to do. Move forward. Lots of action. Okay? Step into that. Feel into that. It's going to be perfect for you guys. If you love this video, please go like it below. Drop me a comment either now or later whenever you see it. I would love to hear from you and what resonated or what's coming up for you this week. What else do I want to say? I will leave a bunch of links below on the ways that you can work with me if you feel guided to. The Phoenix, I just opened. I'm very excited for this coaching program where I'm going to teach you how to release your false self, step into your true authentic version of yourself, and to be a totally, completely empowered, badass version of you, because you deserve to claim your right to live, your right to your destiny, your right to be spiritually alive, awake, and enjoy the sensuality of everything that it is to be in a human awakened experience. So much love for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you soon. Alrighty, bye.